Hi, these comments are for EZ, your initials. Easy is your nickname. So, Easy, I am Michael from OTC, OnlineTOEFLCourse.com, and I'm going to listen to your TOEFL pronunciation pretest to see what problems you're having with vowels and consonant sounds. My goal is to help you understand what your weak points are. Then you can study specific lessons to help you improve your intelligibility, and ultimately, that helps you to score higher on the delivery section. You know what that means? That means a higher TOEFL speaking score. All right, so let's see how you did on the pretest. The first thing we want to do is listen to part A. I'm going to listen to you read the pairs of words in these different lessons to see if you're having any problems with any of those vowel or consonant sounds. Once we get that done, then we'll go to the last part, which is you're going to answer these 3 personal experience questions. All right, I think we're ready. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Pot, boat, wrong, go, honor, over, father, though. Pat, pot, map, mop, tack, talk, in, on, mac, mock.
Good.
Bright, brown, broil, lie, loud, loyal, pie, pound.
Perfect.
Gate, get, late, let, mate, met, blade, bled. Dane, den.
Now, my
Meat,
first
meat. Pit, pit.
my first suggestion, lesson 10. I want you to focus on that lesson, particularly making that first vowel longer. Gate, get. So, as you practice that lesson, try to make the first sound a little bit longer than what you're doing.
Lip, lip. Sit, sit. Hit, hit.
No, this
Look,
is this
look.
is big trouble. Big trouble. Lesson 11 here, we got meet, mit, peat, pit, leap, lip. So you're not really getting that first sound. So when you practice lesson 11, again, it's a problem with a longer vowel sound. You want to make that longer vowel a lot longer than what you're doing. You're not really making a distinction between those 2 sounds, unfortunately.
Lock, took, tool, tough, could, cool.
Okay?
Match, mash. Chip, ship. Feature, fisher. Shaft, shaft. Cheer, shear. Off.
No, I think this is a little bit sheer. So lesson 13, you're having trouble distinguishing the CH and the SH, so you also need to focus on that lesson. Each lesson, it's not bad. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes to go through them, but you also need to send me pronunciation practice. This is important because if you do that, that's how you're going to get better. Okay, let's keep going.
Off. Half, fine, vine, fan, van. Wafer, waver.
Okay, the harder part with lesson 14 is the V when it's in the medial position in the beginning of the word. So you have vine, van, fan, van. So when you practice lesson 14, focus on the V sound. I think that's an important sound for you to work on right now.
How, habit, who, rehash, behavior, hate, Batman, bitten, important, brightening. Hat track, threaten.
And in lesson 15, I want you to focus on the glottal stop. It's not mandatory that you know how to pronounce it, but at least if you know what it sounds like and you can practice a little bit, it'll improve your listening comprehension. If you use it in speaking, it'll make you sound more natural. So that's the key there. All right?
Major, measure, fragile, fragile, legend, lesson. Engine, easier, large, Asia.
Lesson 16, it's that zh sound. You need to focus on that one. The Z in the middle of the word, like Fraser, lesion, measure. It's kind of like a J and a Z, jur, kind of coming together to form that sound. I think you need to practice that one.
Cake, keg, sink, sack, cane, game, cup, gap, lake, leg, lean, rear, better,
Good.
luggage, rug, other,
And when you say that one word, rugged, rugged, 2 syllables.
right, lit, light, committed,
Good.
pace, base, flap, flap, cup, cup, lap, lap, pay, bay.
No, I'm not getting when you say the P, when the P and the B's at the end, that's where you're getting into trouble. So you want to practice lesson 19, especially focus when the P and the B is in the final position in the word. So if I said the second pair of words, I would say flap, flab, cap, cab. So when the B's at the end, you have to make the vowel a little bit longer, and that's going to improve your intelligibility in that area.
Lice, lice, zip, zip, sue, zoo, maze, maze, Elisa, Elisa, multiple, Robert, example, pressure, principle, number, people, philosopher,
Okay.
volcanism, Britain, maximum, question, summer, reason, chasm, often,
All right.
tip, dip, cart, card, tight, tight, train, drain, fat, fat, team, dream, thigh, thigh, breath, brave, teeth, teeth, through, though, worth, worthy.
Okay, I think you can probably focus on lesson 23 and 24 here. So again, when the T's at the end of the word, you would say cart, card, tight, tied. It's kind of like lesson 19. When the D's at the end, the vowel before is longer. Fat, fad. So keep that in mind as you do practice in that lesson. Lesson 24, the TH, it's that interdental consonant. Thigh, thy. Breath, breathe, breathe. Teeth, teeth. So you can focus on that. I think that you want to make sure you're getting the tongue in between your teeth. And then you have to make a difference between the voiceless and the voiced interdental consonant. There is a difference in how we pronounce those. So that's why you're studying also lesson number 24. Okay, now that you know what lessons you need to study, remember, if we just recap what I talked about, you want to focus on lesson number 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, lesson 23, and also 24. Those are lessons that you want to focus on right now. Okay, so the next step is, what is your intelligibility score now on a scale of 1 to 7? And how do I know? Is I'm going to listen to you answer these 3 personal experience questions. This tells me a lot about your overall fluency with the English language, about whether you have a lot of pauses and hesitations. Do you have any problems with your intonation? Do you have any grammatical issues or vocabulary issues? I can learn a lot from these 2 or 3 minutes.
I started my preschool in a Canadian school. Then I just finished it and went to China for 4 years. When I got back to Panama, I just started the 5th grade and then finished my high school in the same school. And then just got to the university, and now I am in my senior year.
Okay.
And had started working in a company to finish my internship. I started my preschool.
Okay, that's good enough there. That tells me some information. Let's get on to question number 2 here. So why is it important for you to improve your speaking and pronunciation abilities of American English?
And pronunciation, because I would like to improve my speaking and pronunciation because I would like to be more confident whenever
Okay.
I start to talking to someone, and also get that person to know clearly what I want to express in English.
Okay. All right. So let's listen to question number 3 here. So what do you hope to achieve in this course?
I hope to learn A lot more how to organize my thought in my mind before I speak out.
Okay, don't forget with your plural S how to organize my thoughts. So you have a plural S there.
In English, and also would like to enforce the English grammar because I am not good at writing, so I would like to enforce these two parts.
I'd like to enforce these. I don't think enforce is the right word. I would say I'd like to master the material or learn these two parts of the course. So, one of the things you can do to help you with grammar is in the grammar part of my course, the third step, you can take that grammar diagnostic pretest, and that'll tell you which areas in the grammar part of my course you should study. Then you can study those. I think that would be very beneficial. And then once you do that pretest, you study those recommended lessons. You can also begin completing writing practice tests and speaking practice tests. And then I can give you some feedback on those, and you can monitor your progress as you go through the lessons. Now, if you need more support, if you have the budget, I also have TOEFL writing or any kind of a TOEFL lesson, a private lesson I can help you with. We can meet by Zoom and we can talk that way. And I can give you a lesson, any particular lesson that you think you need, or it might be a lesson I think you need based on your writing or your speaking practice test that you're sending me. Now it's time for me to give you what's called an intelligibility score. You'd be surprised how many online TOEFL courses don't even do this, but how in the world are you going to improve your speaking without improving your pronunciation, right? I don't get it. But you got to improve that pronunciation. So on a scale of 1 to 7, I think that you're in pretty good shape here. I'm going to put you at high intermediate level 4.1 out of 7. So if you take a look here, I'm going to say you have an obvious accent pronunciation variation, but it doesn't interfere with understanding. You have a variety of grammatical structures. You can answer the questions with sustained connected discourse. You have somewhat varied vocabulary. So that's where you are right now with that. So your goal here is to try to get to this 5. My experience tells me most students who have a 5 on my intelligibility scale, they can also score over 26 points in the speaking section. I really believe that. You have a barely detectable accent, almost like a native speaker, rare isolated mispronunciations, mastery of grammar structures, extensive vocabulary, and speaking fluently. If you do these things, your speaking score is going to go to the moon. No kidding. So just think about that for a minute. So anyway, thank you for doing the pretest. Now you know what you need to do. You need to now start going through these lessons. Begin practicing. But don't try to master everything. You need to also begin sending me speaking and writing practice. If you want to get better, you got to practice. You must do. You must complete speaking practice tests. You need to complete writing practice tests. I promise you, you will get better. All right, and thank you for doing this pronunciation pretest.